Hey, sports card fans, it's John, Wade Boggs fan. Hope you're all doing well. When I started my YouTube channel a little over 2 years ago, of course, I had to come up with a name for the channel. Well, at the time, I was almost 100% focused on acquiring as many different Wade Boggs cards as I could afford or find. It was all Wade Boggs, Wade Boggs, Wade Boggs, cards and memorabilia. And so I came up with the name Wade Boggs Fan. And I created the channel initially as a way to show off my Wade Boggs collection. Well, over time, especially even, toward the end of the first year, I realized that I wanted to expand, the channel and, show off other cards in my collection and so on. And if you've been following my channel, especially over the last year, you've probably noticed that I've been showing off fewer and fewer and fewer Wade Boggs cards, especially new ones that I've acquired. And that's partially because I've decided to expand my collection to vintage PSA Hall of Famers, baseball cards, as well as more recently the top short print image variations of Hall of Famers. And my decision in regards to my Wade Boggs collection, has been somewhat subconscious and conscious in terms of how many new cards that I'm going after. And so the question I've been thinking of lately, and that you've maybe wondering if you've been watching my channel, is do I still collect Wade Boggs cards? Is my main focus still Wade Boggs and stuff like that? And the short answer is yes. But either subconsciously or to some extent consciously, I have been buying fewer and fewer Wade Boggs cards. And it's starting to become, I don't want to say not as exciting, but at the level of the collection that I have, and I've explained this and talked about it before, one, it's harder to find cards that I don't already have. And for the last probably 3, maybe even 4 years, the Wade Boggs cards that have been released, there have been a lot that have been released from either high-end products where, most of the cards are all serial numbered, low serial numbered cards. And, I talked about the price of what some of these cards are going for. And most recently, there have been a few Wade Boggs autograph cards with a serial number, I think maybe out of 25. And some of them may just be the autograph cards. Some of them may have a bat piece. A lot of them have a jersey piece to them. Not necessarily a patch, but just a plain jersey piece. And I'm looking at having to pay, even if I get a quote-unquote bargain, it may be $50 or $75 or $100 or $125 for some of these ones, especially if you start getting into the patch cards, serial numbered out of 25 or even less. You're talking probably an easy $100, if not more, for a Wade Boggs card. And I started looking through my collection, some of my numbers. I currently have about 540 Wade Boggs cards with an autograph or an autograph and a game used jersey, bat, patch, whatever, that are serial number 25 or less. 540. So when I see a new card come up, it's become less exciting of saying, hey, I want to add another one of a low serial numbered autograph card, and I want to pay $75, $100 for this card. It's getting harder to justify. Now, if you say, hey, John, over the last couple months, you showed off 2 cards that you said you spent around $100 for that were autographs or whatever. And yes, if there is a card that I come across that fits a particular gap that I am missing, whether it be for a rainbow or maybe a non one of one rainbow or a card that I've really been looking for years, and one finally shows up and I really want that card, yes, I will continue to, if I have the funds available, to make a strong bid to go after that card. But I'm talking, generally speaking, it's just become a little bit less exciting to go after some of these cards, especially all these low serial number cards, where I know there are other people out there, other Boggs collectors, some of my friends that have the funds that put in higher bids, and which is fine. Again, I'm okay with it. I'm not complaining. I'm just sort of explaining how my collection has evolved over the last 2 years. So my thought process now is more where it was, hey, I have $100 to spend on a card. Let me, I'll go after this low serial numbered Boggs card, to, geez, I have $100 to spend. I can put that toward a really cool vintage Hall of Fame player card. And I think all of us at some point, if you've been collecting for a long time, go through various changes in your collecting focus. You may have, collected a certain player, and maybe you just lost interest in that player, or the player was traded to a different team that you don't like, and they played for your favorite team. Maybe you collected a particular team, and maybe you've been successful in, hey, I want to collect all the cards of my favorite team from X year to present, or whatever, and you've felt a sense of completion. So okay, I want to do something else. Or you've completed a set. All right, well, now what am I gonna collect? So I think all of us over the years have changed our focus in what we're looking at. So I just wanted to do this video to let you know that, yes, I am still and will always be. I don't see myself, burning out from Wade Boggs. I will always collect Wade Boggs. I will always be a huge Wade Boggs fan. I will always continue to build my collection, but maybe just at a slower pace. Maybe, focus on some of the non-serial numbered, some of the, the base cards, different things like that. Still build my collection, but I have long since sort of stopped going after one of ones. All right, that's something that, again, I made a conscious decision. I used to try to go after one of ones, and again, spend some pretty good money on these one of ones. And I have about 175 of them. That's a pretty good total. So, I can't complain at all with my one of one collection. Do I need to add that 176th one? There's less interest. The fact that I'm early on in my vintage collection, there's so many cards out there that interest me that I'd love to have in my collection. It's that part of my collection has given me right now a little bit more passion, more interest. And these top short print image variations as well. Really love collecting them, and they're fairly cheap. I can pick up 1, 2, 3, 4 here, there, not break the bank, and they're cool cards and all that stuff. So I don't know. I'd like to hear from you, actually. Has your collection focus changed over the years? And if so, why? Is it money? Is it the player that, for whatever reason, you no longer have interest in? Have you completed something and now you've gone on to something else? Like I said, I think all of us, to some extent, have gone through that. But I would love to hear from you in the comments if you've experienced something like I've been going through. So again, rest assured, all my brothers in Boggs and members of the Boggs Trust and all that stuff, I am still #1 Wade Boggs fan, and always will be. But you're probably going to see fewer and fewer new Wade Boggs cards that I'm going to show off. And again, I'll occasionally do a video where I show off some part of my collection that I may not have shown certain cards before. So I'll still mix that stuff up. but you're probably going to see more and more videos of, say, vintage cards and these short print image variations, other, hobby thoughts and all this stuff about the current hobby and all that stuff. So you'll probably see more and more of those videos, and maybe less videos containing Wade Boggs cards. And that may even change a year from now. Who knows? I may get fully back in. But overall, I'm enjoying the fact that my collection is not singularly focused. You can get really down in the rabbit hole if you just focus on one thing. You can sort of get burnt out if all you're doing is collecting one thing and one thing only. I think it could lead to getting bored or burnt out. So I actually like the fact that I've expanded my collection and there's more for me to enjoy. So with that, I actually do have some Wade Boggs cards to show off that I've recently got. I held off on a couple of these to do this video. Not many, I got 4. They're not super rare or anything, but they are 4 more collection cards for my Wade Boggs Super Collection. So I'm going to turn the camera around and show them off. Okay, the first card I have to show off is from 2021 Topps Gallery. It's the MLB Originals Green Parallel. I know it's the intentional design, but every time I see this card, it looks damaged. I mean, I know that's the intentional design of it to look like an older card, but it's even extended onto the border. And again, every time I look at this, it looks like it's damaged. And yeah, that's supposed to be the look, but I don't know. I just have a problem with the design of this set. But anyway, this is the green parallel that is serial numbered out of 250. There's that one there. The next one is also from 2021. It's the Silver Pack Chrome Mojo refractor type thing of the 86 Topps design. This is the black version. Some cool shine there. And the black version is serial numbered out of 199. Classic image of Boggs there. Then the next one, this is always a set where if I find a card that I'm missing from my run, I always try to get it. There were 2 that came up. I lost out on one, but I did pick this one up. You wouldn't think, based on the serial number, that it'd be hard to find. But these cards are now 16, almost 17 years old, and they just don't come up that often. It's from 2005 Absolute Memorabilia. This is the Team Quads. So you have Wade Boggs and Roger Clemens on the front. And you have Carlton Fisk and Nomar Garciaparra on the back. And it is serial numbered out of 150. Again, you wouldn't think, again, in this day and age, card serial numbered out of 150 is that big of a deal or would be hard to find. But these just don't come up that often. It's a base card. It's not any of the other. There are various parallels. There's a Spectrum that has a lower print run of these who have a shiny foil coating on them. This is just the base one. And they're just not easy to come by. So when I saw this, I think the other one may have been a just one of the team duos with just 2 on the front, and I forget, it was Wade Boggs and I forget who else, but I missed out on that one. I think that one was serial numbered out of 100, but someone snagged that from me, put in a higher bid. And then the last one, again, another card that you just don't see pop up that often, and especially in this parallel. This is from 2008 Donruss Threads. And if you look at the foil, this is the gold proof. Hence the gold foil there. And it's got a little bit of a rainbow shine there to it. The top there with Boston, I always found weird. It almost looks like it's just a sticker placed on the card. It's an odd, I don't know. It to me, it just takes away from the design a little bit. But what makes this card hard to find, you can find the base threads, but the gold proof is out of 50. So really glad to pick this one up. Again, it wasn't too expensive, but I think I may have had to pay with shipping and tax close to like 10 bucks for it. But again, one of those ones where was missing as part of my run. I think there are maybe at least one more parallel that may even be a lower print run than that. But I have several versions of that one there. So the last thing I wanted to do, I've been trying to figure out a way to show or display how many total different Wade Boggs cards are now in my collection. I know Scotty Aranya Boys has a really cool flip counter that he put together from the convenience store he works at. Really cool. I thought about doing something like that. I've even tried putting graphics on the screen with various things, just nothing really stuck. So I decided that for this video, I'm just going to go old school with a sticky note. So with these 4 cards, I now have a total of 5,344 different Wade Boggs cards in my collection. So that is the latest total, and actually I have 2 more, I think, that I'm just waiting to get in the mail that I purchased. Again, nothing crazy, but would make that 5,346. So hope you enjoyed this video. Again, would really appreciate your comments about your the changes in your collection, if any. If you like this video, would really appreciate a thumbs up. That's all I have for you. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.